In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to win the prop firm game and what most traders' pitfalls come to when taking these prop firm challenges. I'm not only going to show you how to pass these challenges, but how to scale your accounts consistently and win the prop firm game. Prop firms are just a game, and you need to learn how to play, and not just how to play, I'm going to teach you how to win. I'm going to show you, like I said, exactly how to master the prop firm game. Now, real results speak louder than words. The last account that I just got, I was able to pass this account in 4 trading days. If we jump over here to my Take Profit Trader account, you can see that we have 4 of our 5 days and we've already reached our profit target and we've maintained our balance under the consistency rule. And you can see that we did not have a single losing trading day and just how much profits that we were able to make on each day. The first day we were able to make $1,180. The next day we were able to make $500, and we should have made $1,000 this day. We made $885 on the third day and then $510 on the fourth day to pass the account. And we've already taken a trade today. So when this updates, we will have our last trading day that we needed to complete the account. Again, it only took 4 days to hit our profit target. Not only that, but the last account that I passed, which was a 100K Apex account, we passed it in just 6 days using the exact same system. And with that account, we just received a $2,000 payout on the account. And if you come over to the account here, you can see that this is my PA account. And today we were able to make $1,000 in literally 3 minutes utilizing this same exact system. And you can see I have a balance of $5,000 in this account. And we're going to be able to take another payout next week on this account. So I know what you're thinking. I was only able to do this because I'm super special and I know how the markets move. No, that's not the case. For one, I'm a college dropout. I am nobody special. It's just that I learned a simple system that I'm able to now teach to others. Just like my little brother who used this same system to pass his 100K account in just 7 days. So the same time that I passed this 50K, he passed 100K on the same day utilizing the same exact trade. So if you're struggling to get funded or make consistent payouts, this system will give you the confidence to execute your trades professionally. So in order to first win the game, you need to understand the game's rules. And I like to think of it like Super Mario Bros. In this case, Bowser represents the prop firm rules and Princess Peach is our payout that we all desire. In Super Mario Bros, Mario has to go through levels to defeat Bowser and save Peach. In this case, we need to know all the rules and understand every prop firm requirement and constraint. That way we can win our payouts. But the problem is most traders buy their prop firm accounts without knowing how to play the game. They blow accounts because they lack both the system and the knowledge of the rules. But that's okay because I'm about to give you the cheat codes, which is the exact 9-step system I use to pass any prop firm account. And like I said, I'm going to show you a live breakdown of me executing this system in the actual market. So there are 2 levels that you must beat. The first level is going to be the evaluation phase. Now, we need to pass the initial challenge, which generally has strict profit targets and drawdown limits, and this is where most traders fail. A statistic shows that only 22% of traders actually pass their prop firm evaluation. And of those 22% who actually pass, less than 7% actually get a payout. Which brings us to level 2, which is the funded stage. And in the funded stage, we want to maintain consistency and generate regular payouts while managing our emotions at max difficulty. So a lot of traders are going to feel once they get to the funded stage that this is where their emotions begin to heighten. How I like to think about it is playing the game at the max level. So how are we going to beat the game? In order to beat the game, we need to know all the rules or you will lose everything. Prop firms are like Bowser. They're trying to keep you from getting paid. Some firms change rules without announcements, and hitting rules can cost you your entire account. Some of the things that we see are unannounced rule changes where rules are shifted without warning, hidden rule traps where you have undisclosed conditions, cost of the account, and payout obstacles where we have barriers to withdrawing our profits, and then account risk exposure, meaning a small violation which can breach your account if you trade with too much risk. Now, by not knowing these rules, you could potentially blow your funded account. I ended up losing out on a 3K payout with a firm because they had an undisclosed news trading rule. Me not knowing that I couldn't trade the news, my take profit had hit just as the news was released. So in order to combat this, I'm going to give you 2 ways that you can know exactly what the rules are so that you don't ever get blindsided by these firms. The first thing that I would do is contact the firm support. So ask for a complete rules list and then document everything so that when it comes to getting your payout, you don't have any problem. Now, Prop Match is a company and website where you can go and compare all different types of firms. You can see their prices, the firm rules, and all their statistics. I recommend Prop Match because they put all the rules right there in front of you, and it just makes it so much easier. Now, how do we beat level 1? Well, to beat level 1, we got to know the rules. So for this account specifically, I had a profit target of $3,000. I had a max drawdown of $2,000, and I have to stay within the risk limits at all times. We had a 50% consistency rule, meaning that I couldn't make more than $1,500 in a single day. And we had a minimum of 5 trading days, and this is to demonstrate consistency over time. And finally, our max contract size, we can only use 6 contracts on this 50K account. All firms vary with their rules and their policies, so you want to get very, very clear on what your firm's rules are so that you know exactly what it is that you need to do and stay in between in terms of their rules and their parameters. Now, next, I'm going to give you my winning strategy, the exact system that I use to get consistent prop firm payouts. Now, what is it that we need to do? The first thing is, our goal is to pass these accounts as quickly as possible, and I generally use futures firms with low targets. I like the 50K account because we can pass and hit that 3,000 target very, very easily. And the whole thing about this is speed. I want to get to the funded stage as quickly as possible so that I can start bringing in pay. I don't want to be spending weeks and months on the challenge phase. I just want to hurry up and get to the funded phase as quickly as possible, but by executing a simple, repeatable system and not over leveraging and using a ton of risk. How do we do this? We trade high volume days. So we want to focus on red folder news days or solid price action. Number 2 is we want to use a simple risk management system. I generally use $500 per trade, which is about 1% of the account balance. And due to the consistency rule, we are just looking to make about $1,000 on each individual trade. Next is our max trades. We're only going to take 1 to 2 trades max in a day. You need to have the discipline to take 1 to 2 solid setups. And I'm going to show you how you can spot these solid setups. But if you win the first trade, the day is over. Today we took the trade and I was out of the markets in 3 minutes and I didn't have to do anything else after that. Most traders will blow their accounts over trading, taking multiple trades. And a statistic shows that most traders who end up blowing the evaluation stage are taking anywhere between 5 to 9 trades in a day, while most who pass their accounts are taking anywhere from 2 to 3 trades in a day. So more trades doesn't equal more profits. There's actually only a very few opportunities in the markets each individual day, and that's why profitable traders are taking less setup. Finally, we need to execute our normal system. So we're never going to deviate from our rules. Every single day, we're going to come to the markets and execute the same exact thing. And by doing this, you can see that we had 0 red days on our account and I was able to pass in just 4 days. So you've just defeated level 1 and you've made it to the funded stage. Look how happy you are. Now, how do we beat the funded stage? This is where most traders start to lose. Why? Because they get impatient for their payouts, causing them to force trades outside of their system or increase risk looking for a big payday. We don't do that. We play to win. So what are traders doing? They're impulse trading. They're chasing quick payouts and they're forcing trades outside of their plan. But how are we going to do this? We're going to be disciplined to our strategy. We're going to stick to our proven system and play to win with discipline. And in order to do that, you need to have a winning mindset. Focus on getting consistent payouts, not quick wins. And remember, the money is better in your bank account than it is in your trading account. So withdraw as much as possible on these accounts. That way, you're going to be able to scale and maintain. We want to build these accounts for years, not just months. We want to continue to scale these accounts, reinvesting our profits into more funding. And that is how we're going to end up beating this game. So, Now that we've got it to the funded stage, we need to know what our payout requirements are. These are the rules that are going to constrain us to how we're going to have to trade on these accounts. Why I went with Take Profit Trader? Well, simple. Their rules are very, very easy to abide by. You can't trade any news, which means you can't be in 1 minute before the news and 1 minute after the news. You must maintain a $2,000 buffer before withdrawing. So you need to make at least $2,000 on the account. And then anything after that $2,000, you will have same day withdrawals. This is absolutely crucial because we're going to be taking payouts every single day that you can. That's why I said you want to take out as much money as possible from these firms. That way you can reinvest into more accounts. So like I said, you can withdraw daily once you make that profitable buffer. Now, comparing this to my Apex accounts, which the rules are way more complex because the requirements state that you need a 30% consistency, which means that no trading day can amount to more than 30% of your total profits. You have to have 5 days over $50, and you need to have 8 trading days total. And since I'm on a 100K account, I need to make a 3.1K buffer, and my max payout for my first 3 payouts is $2,500. So this account is much stricter when it comes to the rules, and that's why you want to be very, very clear on what it is. Now, our system is allowing us to beat these rules even though they are very, very constrained. Why? Because we have a simple, repeatable system that is built specifically to beat these prop firms. And that brings us to the next thing is I'm going to give you the 9-step cheat code system. So if you're ready to implement the system that has allowed me and multiple other traders to not only pass their funded accounts, but to start making consistent payouts, all you need to do to get the full blueprint is comment funded, and I'll give you my full 9-step guide on how I get funded. And it includes breakdown videos of the account where I passed in 6 days, explaining exactly how I did that. And it's important to note that this isn't financial advice. I just want to tell you what I'm doing in the markets that's been working for myself and for our members to start making these consistent payouts. So, now that you understand how to play the game and how to beat the game, I'm going to show you the exact 9-step system that I use every single day in the markets and how I utilize this system with a live trade. We're going to go through the exact steps, so make sure you have a pen and paper with you. So let's go through our system real quick. We're trading the 930 New York Open per usual, same thing every single day. For our calendar today, we don't have any news. And I wrote down all the news events for this upcoming week. So what I would want y'all to do is, like, as you know, as a part of your weekend prep, write down what days we have high volume news events for the USD. So today we just don't have no high volume news events for the USD. So we should have a basically relatively, simple day. I'm not expecting a ton of volume today because we don't have any high volume news. We're just expecting a continuation of the volume that we had from Friday to kind of continue for us today. So what we want to do is identify our 4-hour direction. So we're going to come to the NASDAQ here. We're just going to take a look at what's been happening on the 4-hour. So these are our 4-hour direction, our 4-hour candle. The time frames that we generally want to have is like our daily. I mean, the ones that we truly need is our 4-hour, our 5-minute, and our 1-minute. The other ones just help us if structure is looking a little choppy. We can kind of see a better picture of what's going on. So coming into the markets today, our previous 4-hour candle closed as a bullish candle. Our current 4-hour candle appears to be bullish, and we have some resistance at this area of interest. What I'm going to be looking for is likely dependent upon what the volume is. So we got 927. So we can see that we were bullish. Currently, right now, we're bearish, but we still have 32 minutes until this candle closes. So we don't have to wait for this candle to close, excuse me. We just want to get a gist of where we're coming from. And as of right now, we have been in a bullish market structure. So coming into the markets, we're going to be looking for our possible buy moves. We identified what our 4-hour direction is doing. Now we're going to dial down to our 5-minute time frame. We're going to mark out our key zones. This is going to be crucial because we got 3 minutes until the 9:30 open here. So we're going to come to our 5-minute time frame. What we want to do is mark out some key areas of interest that we want to see price potentially either break through or hold. So as of right now, I can see that this is an area of interest that we could potentially see price run through if we hold, or if we're, don't remain bullish. And then obviously we have this high here is where we would look for price to close above if we were looking for price to continue pushing bullish. Now, what I do is I'm going to go ahead and set alerts at these areas. So I'll add an alert here, and then we'll add an alert below this low here, so that we'll be notified when price breaks through, if and when price breaks through. Same thing with gold here on our 5-minute time frame. We want to mark out this low. This is going to be our key low here. If price breaks through that low, we'll look for sell moves. And then if price can break and close, I would say above this high, but we already have a lower time frame shift. So I would say above resistance right here, it's likely that we do see price go and push up to this high up here. Little bit riskier as we could see some rejection off of this level, but we're gonna set our alert there because that's where we currently have resistance. You can see the YM breaking through the low there. We still have 1 minute until our candle open. Depending on if we, this 5-minute candle closes bearish as it is, and then the next 5-minute candle closes extremely bearish, we're going to be looking for sales. So you can see 5-minute time frame here for the NASDAQ. Huh? No. We got to wait for the 9:30 open 5-minute, right? We want to see the one that has the most volume with the clearest market structure. And then we just look to capitalize on that. We have to be patient for. So what am I waiting for? So what am I doing? So we dialed down to our 5-minute time frame. We waited for price to close below our key area of interest, or we're waiting for price to close below our key area of interest. Then what we're going to do is we're going to scale in after the 5-minute closes. We're going to enter on our first 1-minute candle. So after the 5-minute close, we're going to enter on our first 1-minute candle that closes in our direction. Then we'll set our stop loss safely above the 5-minute resistance because we are taking a sell move. So we want our stops to be above, and then we'll execute stop loss to break even at 101, wait for 1 or 2 risk to reward to be hit, and then take profit after the first 1-minute candle. Oh, also an indicator that I would recommend is this HTF power of 3, higher time frame power of 3. What is this going to show you? This is going to show us our 5-minute time frame candle. So if we, well, when it loads, there you go. You can see our 5-minute candle here. It closes in 25 seconds or so. Our new 5-minute candle just opened up. Once we get this 1-minute candle close bearish, we'll look to take our possible sell moves. All right, gonna set this here, set this there. Now we're gonna be looking for price to activate us. Just got activated on this trade. Now, all we have to do is allow our system to run from this point out. So what do? I want to set a stop loss to break even at a 1-to-1. Add alert there. And then look for that possible 1 to 2 risk to reward to be hit, which is somewhere down here. Again, don't want to make too much on this account, or can't make too much on this account. So now all we have to do is just sit here and wait. And it forces me to just remain disciplined and do the steps. So now we're risk free on this. That's it. Like, that's it. So let's go mark it down on our jaunt. We waited for our jaunt. We set our stops, move stop loss to break even, and now we just have to wait. I've also lost a lot of money like not being patient. Being impatient, closing price early. If it takes us out here, we get taken out. That's perfectly fine. But there's a lot of times where this shit'll edge. It'll edge it and then tank. And I'll fucking close the shit while it's getting edged. Literally just like how it did. And I would get nervous and be like, nah, I don't want to lose. Bink, close it. And then it'll fucking hit take profit. That feeling is so annoying, bro. Like, you get, yeah, that shit pisses you up. Yeah. So I started to learn that I'm just holding myself back by not having patience. Yeah, you gotta do that. And that's just a part of the game, you know? And it's the hardest part of the game, but I mean, you can see it pays. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna close this one at about that $1,000 mark there. But then that's it. Like, that's it. And it took a little longer today. We didn't have no news, but we made $1,000 on this account and about $1,000 on the other account. So that's a $2,000 day in, 5, 10, 15. About 15 minutes. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below one thing that you learned from this video. And for those of you who have been looking to get funded and you've tried and you've been failing over and over again and you're looking to be consistent and start making those consistent payouts, you can join our funded mentorship. Just click the link down in the description. And if you want to see how I was able to pass my Apex Trader funding account in just 6 days, click this video right here.